This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Dr. Joanne White. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am so wonderful and so excited to be here, Angel, with you and just having this beautiful conversation.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here as well. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in New Jersey.
All right. I couldn't make it out by the accent. Are you originally from New Jersey?
I'm originally from New York,
All right.
and I'm not sure if I have a New York accent.
You do not.
It depends. When I'm very tired, I can hear it.
All right. Well, do tell us, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
You know, I'm not sure about just one, but I think it's my ability to serve people and to really be able to figure out what they need on a very inner knowing basis. I'm an intuitive, and I work with guides, and I also have had my own challenges over the last few years, which is probably the content of my next book, and basically being able to have challenges, which we all go through, Angel, but have the belief and the commitment and the persistence and the resilience to know that no matter what I've been going through or whatever, that I can come out on the other side. So there's been a lot of faith in that too, which really energizes me and renews me probably on a daily basis.
Wow. So is there someone in your family or friends who functioned on that same level?
Colleagues and friends do that I've met along the way, but nobody really in my family, no.
Well, that's intriguing. Well, I think there are times you learn from what someone does, and then there are times you learn from what someone doesn't do. Have you seen that happen as well?
Yes, I've seen that happen too, but many of these things I've come in with at an early age, and didn't understand, like how I was getting messages or why I was feeling a presence or whatever, and I really had to kind of figure that out because I didn't know who to turn to at the time.
How did you figure it out?
I started doing a lot of studying and really kind of honed those skills in and just began to get, I guess it's about confidence too, began to get the confidence that I was getting messages and they were becoming verified by people that I was talking to or by my own information. And it was just very heartwarming. And you know, I always tell my clients that we live in a very responsive world and a very responsive universe. And really, we can ask questions. And if we pay attention to where the answers are, because they do come, we feel that sense of connection, that sense that we're not alone, that we're really being supported and guided. And I feel that's a very beautiful thing.
For those that are listening, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Well, they can go to my website, docwhite, docwhite.org, or joanne@docwhite.org. I love, and I'm also on social media, Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter. But I just think that it's so important too. You're talking about connection. In these days, it's really important to make connections with people, not, real connections, deeper connections.
I totally agree. Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Well, being grateful. Gratitude has really played a wonderful role in my life. And again, because like I said, I've been going through some challenges and getting messages that things are going to be all right, having the faith to be able to move on, and the resilience to do so even in the face of adversity. And I think that's so important for everybody to be able to have that, because don't give up. I mean, something may be right around the corner if you just take that next step or move a little bit closer or don't back away. And I found that to be my own experience.
How does it make you feel to see what you've accomplished from then to now?
Well, I feel excited about it, and I feel that I'm still on a journey to do more and learn more, because that's exciting, and I think that's why we're here. We're here to discover more about who we are, to learn about ourselves, to love, to grow, and to serve. I'm very much into service.
There's so many people out there that are trapped in their space where they're confused if they should go on or if they should even start. Why would you suggest they do what you've done?
Because there are so many stories, like even just so many stories in history about people getting so close, and from Disney to Burger, the guy that had the hamburger, that they got so close and they were about to give up and they were feeling defeated and feeling like, I can't take one more, and then they just took that little step and something happened.
That is
something beautiful happened.
Yeah, I said that is beautiful, and you were thinking, right? Something beautiful happened. Love that. Love that. All right. Well, amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Dr. Joanne White. You can connect with her at drjoannewhite.com. Amazing things. She's been doing amazing things. Amazing things, folks. You'll see it in the show notes. Well, Dr. Joanne, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Dr. Joanne, what's your earliest childhood memory?
There's one that comes up, that keeps coming up, and that's when I was in grade school and I was walking to school, and there was a bird that looked injured, and I had to stop. I knew I was going to be late for school and that I was going to get chastised or whatever, but that bird was there on the ground and I could not leave it. So I picked it up. I went to school. I was late. I got a late slip. But it was interesting because they sent me to the science room, and the science teacher saw the bird, and we actually helped the bird heal, because it's one of its wings was injured, and she helped, and we had a whole class about it. And there was one day when the bird was finally able to fly, and there were many of us that gathered out in the courtyard, and we watched that. I'm going to cry because it was such a beautiful experience. We watched that bird just take flight, and that was a beautiful experience for me.
How old were you in this memory?
I think I was about 10.
How do you see this memory connecting to who you are today?
Well, I've always had a need to help others, and that was kind of, even though that was an animal, I still help animals, and I'm being called to do that as well as people. And that it was like, okay, do I get myself in trouble at school, which is more important?
Yeah.
And to me, saving that bird and taking care of that bird, there was no choice. I had to do that. And I feel that way about taking care of people and helping our world thrive and get to a better, more loving place. So I think that's kind of set me on this path.
That's amazing. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory?
Yes, please.
I love how it was put into place, an opportunity that only a decision could decide through sacrifice what would benefit so many others.
That's beautiful, and that's probably really true.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Like, your impact didn't just carry to the teacher or even just to yourself. It carried to the entire school, to an experience, and now to a story, to a conversation. All the way in the Caribbean, I'll let you know, right? That is beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
I don't know that I have a favorite song. I used to write poetry, and I used to write poetry that I would send to musicians or whatever when I was really young, thinking, okay, maybe they'll put my words to music, which never happened.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I'm not sure that there was a favorite song
All right.
because, like I said, I just made up my own. I remember something, though. I remember when I was even younger, and we lived in, and that's when I was in Brooklyn, New York, and we lived in a huge, very dark apartment complex. And I remember going in the mailroom and being by myself and being creative, making up songs, making up dances, whatever, which is also something that I've been driven to do, bring out my creative side and help other people access that within themselves as well.
Well, you are the author of More Heaven because every child is special, right? So that definitely connects, yeah? All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. You ready?
Definitely.
Dr. White, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to? Hit me yes or no.
Actually, no.
All right. Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No, I'm too busy.
All right. How about 3 hours a week?
Maybe, yeah.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
It's probably less than 8.
How often do you read?
I'm an avid reader.
There we go. Dr. Joe, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Joanne White, what would you say that is?
I think I said it a little bit before that I believe that we're here in this lifetime, in these bodies, given an opportunity to grow and to find out all of who we are, because I think we're so much more than what we know. And once we learn that and grow and continue to develop ourselves, we're lifelong learners, to be able to find those gifts and those inner resources and to share them with others and with the world. And I love the opportunity to do that with others, and just committed to that because I feel that that's my purpose and that's why I'm here.
Love it. Dr. Joanne White, this was such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I just want everybody to really recognize that they have within them unlimited potential, and it's so wonderful once you access that and connect with your inner resources and to really love yourself. I think that we all have challenges and we all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, look past those, understand the lessons from all of them, but really honor who you are. And when you do that, you really honor other people and humanity as well.
Love it. Just like that 10-year-old girl picked that bird up and honored so many other people. Dr. Joanne White, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you so much, Angel.
You're welcome.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.